Say on streets.
Our streets.
Say on streets. And made it.
Right.
Made it. Whose streets?
Our streets.
Word on the beat, word on the beat, word on the beat.
Time after time after time after time after time after time after
What up? It's your boy Baz. Man, I'm about to kick it on with y'all, man. Shout out to all the subscribers, those that follow and like, you feel me, every time we posting, every time we uploading, and every time we sharing something to N's Media or any of our platforms and N's podcast. So shout out to y'all, all the paid subscribers and all the free subscribers too. But this topic, man, I want to talk about, man, something my big bro Boogie, man, he was talking to me about. He had shared two things on me that was like, that made a lot of sense, especially on this journey, man, when we trying to build and make the most out of our current circumstances, you feel me? That's the eating in the streets way of life, baby. But he basically, the first point I want to talk about that he mentioned was surrounding yourself around individuals that support your growth. You feel me? Where you trying to go with things, you feel me? As far as conversation and energy and things like that. Because a lot of times we be brainstorming and ideas that we share to ourselves and we're afraid to share it to others because we don't want to be critiqued or we don't want to, be told that it can't be done. We want kind of like nourishing, type conversation and shit like that. Like, you feel me? Where motherfuckers can kind of help. You feel me? Like, damn, piggyback kind of off what you got. Like, damn, yeah, I can see that happening. So, shit, what you got to do this, that, and the third first? Or, you feel me? They can kind of, influence that and help drive that. You feel me? Kind of help you kind of build that momentum and energy-wise, just in pursuit of just going with that shit. Because they might be on their same type of grind or trying to get something. They're like, hell yeah, then shit, nigga, that's the mission tomorrow. Man, you probably trying to go to the Secretary of State to file your LLC. I'm probably trying to go down there to get my driver's license and shit like that done. You feel me? Like, niggas just motivated, so when you tell them, they like, hell yeah, I gotta go do the same shit. I'm trying to get this, that, and the third done. But then that just kind of helped me kind of identify with, like, damn, you feel me? What he was basically saying was, like, nigga, don't limit yourself in the, like, don't limit yourself because of conversations you feel like you can't have, you feel me? Or, like, you afraid what somebody gonna say, you feel me? Because, like, me personally, I love talking about business and just growing shit, you feel me? That's just always where my mindset is. When I see something, I always see, like, more value in it. Like, damn, like, this has the value to be this. Or, you feel me? Like, it might be like a person seen a tree and thought, like, damn, that shit could become a boat one day. You feel me? And that's how, like, natives and shit like that were using trees, carving them out and stuff like that, making them kind of hollow and stuff, and using them as boats, But somebody had to visualize that and see the potential that one thing might have. And that's always me. So I'm always brainstorming new ideas, strategizing and stuff like that. And I be trying to bounce ideas and stuff off of people's head. And sometimes, it's receptive. Sometimes it ain't, but shit, it just come with it. I know sometimes motherfuckers might be going through some shit where they can't necessarily, their mindset ain't really on there right now. Like, man, I ain't even trying to think about that. I'm trying to think about how I'm about to make it through this day. Like, I got a lot of shit and I don't even got no answer to. You feel me? And depending on where you at, sometimes the energies collide. Depending on where their mindset is. They mind, you feel me? Sometimes their mindset might be like, they might be feeling overwhelmed, or they mindset be like, shit, I gotta knock this shit. You feel me? Hey, I gotta plot this shit out. Woo, woo, woo. So while you brainstorm, I'm brainstorming too of how I gotta get this, that, and the third done. Cause I gotta try to, you feel me, catch the bus over here. So shit, I gotta probably get up at 8 tomorrow. You feel me? They just like, you feel me? It's like the energy picking back off each other. It's like, man, or motherfuckers just totally just shut you the fuck out. Like, shit, I ain't trying to think about that shit right now, dog. I got some other shit on my mind. But, you know, you can understand both perspectives and shit. Like, they going through some shit right now that they can only, you know, that they gotta have tunnel vision on. You feel me? And then there's sometimes where it might be vice versa. Like, shit, y'all can piggyback ideas off of each other. Just got, you gotta understand where, you know, motherfuckers at and shit when you sharing ideas and shit like that. So me personally, like, I be wanna, you know, that should help me out, cause I won't take it personal. Like, oh man, this nigga just trying to bum me up. Like, nah, dog mine on some whole other shit. You feel me? But it's like, if I'm trying to have that type of conversation and shit, you got motherfuckers in your circle and shit like that you can lean on that's trying to make them same type of moves. So boom, you can, you know, throw ideas off of them and stuff like that. And you can kind of get that conversation that you was looking forward to, or like that you was just trying to get, you feel me? Just in general, energy wise, like, damn, you know, I want to know, do this make sense or something? Or, you feel me? Is this a good idea? Well, not even a good idea, but it's the way I'm going about doing it. Is it a better way? Am I not looking? You feel me? Am I not asking the right questions or something like that? So somebody might ask you a question like, say like I might be talking about like, dog, I want to go buy a house. Somebody might be like, damn, ooh, damn, you feel me? I'm like, nah, I don't know if that was, you know, somebody might just tell you might not be smart, but you might have one of them more in-depth conversations where somebody might be like, damn, you already been talking to like lenders and stuff like that? Like, nah, like, damn, nah, I ain't even start that part yet. I don't even know how I was gonna go about doing that. I don't know if I should go talk to a realtor first or somebody like, you know, then y'all can kind of piggyback like, damn, I know somebody, you feel me, my cousin, they sell houses and stuff like that. I think like if you're gonna go through, you know, get a mortgage and stuff like that, you gotta get approved first, you feel me, and you know, your credit score and stuff like that, because, you know, they're going to ask you that type of stuff. So you got to make sure, you feel me, you got your social security and stuff like that. But, yeah, you know, basically it's just starting your little insight like shit. Like, yeah, you know, you could talk to them, but shit, I'm trying to do the same thing. I know one of my biggest things was trying to get over, you know, probably like the credit or some shit, like, you know, just trying to get my credit up a little bit more so my interest rate could be lower. Then y'all start giving, you feel me, y'all bouncing ideas, and next thing you know, y'all kind of like nourishing each other in a sense. Because now the other homie probably wasn't really even thinking about motherfucking like interest rates and shit like that. Like, damn, I could get some lower interest rates and shit. What the fuck? Like, damn, what you mean by lower interest rates? Like, damn, so over time, you feel me, you might be getting a crib for 100,000. But with that interest on it, you might be paying 120 or some shit like that, like over time or some shit. But with a lower interest, you could be paying like shit 114 or something. You feel me, over time or some shit. You know, I'm just throwing out just hypothetical numbers and shit. This is not real deal, but just giving you kind of example of how like basically how some conversation can go, you feel me, if it's kind of nourishing. That's a word I picked up on, especially reading this one book, The Way of the Superior Man. I first heard about it, you know, through Nip. Nip had an interview with somebody, and he was talking about that. I want to say, I don't know what interview it was, but he had an interview with somebody where he was talking about that. And, yeah, it talked about being, you know, being able to be both, being able to receive and also give it, you know, and that's when I'm talking about like nourishing, you feel me, being able to be able to be supportive, but also be able to be open to support, you feel me, being able to let somebody be supportive of you, you feel me, yeah, because like, crazy thing about it is, men, a lot of times that's something we deal with, you feel me? But now we're starting to realize women dealing with the same thing too. So a lot of women that were bred to be independent, and now they kind of learning how to, you know, receive support. But it's like a man gotta kind of teach them in a way by being nourishing, you feel me? In a sense, and basically trying to help them open up to that shit. But I'm kind of going off track, you feel me? So that was one kind of key point where he was just talking about just support and just surrounding yourself around people that can kind of, you feel me, help you, kind of help nourish that energy you got towards you, wanting to build and wanting to, you know, not start, cause you know, I'm already in the business game. We in the shop right now, you feel me? We on N's podcast and shit, man. We on N's Media with the platform with it. So, long story short, just people that you can really kind of just piggyback off of, talk them ideas with, and that ain't gonna shun it out. That's gonna help you, you know, kind of keep that juice flowing, because that's where you at in life. You feel me? He like, damn, nigga, that's what you love to talk about, though. That's what's up, though. You feel me? You just, that's where your mindset at. It just, you got to keep it there. Try to stay focused. And along this grind, when there's so much struggle and so much adversity and distractions and shit going on, just real life shit, man, motherfuckers gonna get moments where they gonna, you feel me, this shit might become overwhelming, burden, shit, depression, you feel me, angry, you might be frustrated, you feel me, all type of shit. You might be just needing to talk about it. A motherfucker might need to, like, let you know. I mean, like, real talk, a motherfucker had to let me know one time, like, nigga, you winning, bro. You probably ain't got it the way you think you should have it. Yeah, you ain't got the, you feel me, the multiple whips. You ain't got the yards, years, my bad. You ain't got all that type shit. You ain't got no presidential or no shit like that. But that's also what you went chasing in the get-go. That wasn't the goal for you. You feel me? So, like, you gotta understand, take your wins. You feel me? What you doing right now, what you got, what you have made is pretty damn good, bro. You feel me? You done did a lot, bro. And I had to really kind of sit back and be like, damn, I appreciate that, especially coming from you, because I respect your opinion. I respect, you feel me? I just respect where it come from. You feel me? I know it's genuine, you know? So that's why it was also like seeing, you know, being around people that could kind of bring you back to reality. You know, they can, it's a word that people be saying, affirmation, you feel me, and shit like that. Like, they can kind of remind you of your own greatness, you feel me, that they see in you, which kind of stop you, because you might be thinking about some whole other shit. Like, you might be only seeing the negative in this shit. You might be trying to, like I was just saying, you might be like, damn, man, I need to do this, down the third. They like, man, you be talking like you ain't did shit. Dog, I haven't, dog, ooh. Nah, bro, you really have, bro. Don't never feel like you ain't did shit yet, bro. You have, bro. You just trying to do more. You just trying to do better. You feel me? But you done did something, bro. Don't never discredit yourself. And a lot of times I feel like we do that shit, bro. We discredit ourselves, or like just those type of conversations. We need no type of conversation that kind of check and remind us that, like, you know, the path that you choose and the path that you on is a good one. You know, keep up with it. You feel me? And kind of give you insight along the path, but from an outside perspective. You feel me? And then it's also a perspective that you respect, you know? And you know what the next thing is, man, too, man? We had a conversation about this podcast and shit, man. Like, this podcasting thing is like an outlet, man. That's why everybody that be listening and subscribing and liking and sharing and shit like that, man, the utmost appreciation go to y'all. And that's why when we created the paid subscription and shit like that, I was trying to think, like, how do I give the most value where it don't deplete us, but at the same time, it complete us. You feel me? Like, as in, like, damn, all right, if they subscribe and they be a paid subscriber, I want them to feel like they got more than what they worth. You feel me? Like, fuck just getting content access and shit like that, all right? Content access, clothing, you know, services, you know, shouting you out, advertisement, man, because it's a family. So support, your support is the same support that you should be giving back. I mean, be receiving back, you know, because that's what it's all about. You know, we a family, take care of one another. So it's, when motherfuckers make the investment towards ends the family, and just the whole ends media platforms, just what we doing, like, we just try to make sure that value come back, like, in some type of form or fashion. I understand that not everybody's a music artist, a model, or brand, entrepreneur, or speaker, or, you know, just social media influencers, some shit like that. Like, understand that some people, they just go to work every day. And it's like, all right, so how can they get their dues too? Because your support came a long way. It ain't just the fat niggas' pockets, it's to help the voice of the culture. So it was like, damn, well, how can we do that? Shit, I'm thinking about, like, damn, social media and shit like that. Motherfuckers love when they shout them out, man. Give them their credit. Let them know, like, hey, we appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, feel me? Shout them out on social media. But also, it's like giving them free merch and stuff like that, man. They can also give you free insight. Like, so our subscribers give us free insight on basically what's going on. Like, damn, like, I like this, but, you know, ask them, you know, send out, like, little opinion, you know, like, what feedback forms, you know, emails, stuff like that. Like, what's an item that you would like to have next month? You feel me? Pick your top 3. then, you know, we kind of go down the list and see which ones can we make happen for those individuals. You feel me? Based upon, it's a lot of different things. And then it's like also shit. A lot of people don't realize that everyday motherfuckers, like, I was talking about this shit. Like, some people don't realize their own life is a success story. Because they always comparing it to somebody else's, and the world is always comparing it to somebody else's. Like, people say, like, oh, shit, this is what you should be making. This is what da-da-da, this is what you should be dating. Ooh, you feel me? Or you start looking on Instagram and social media, this is what I should be doing and all this type of shit. But it's like if you take all it away, like you kind of look at what you came from and where you at today. You feel me? How you made it through all that bullshit, how you walked through the mud, how you went through some of the toughest times in your life, and you still here standing, smiling. You feel me? You might not be feeling the best, or you might not be doing the best, but you like, I'm here, I got a job. You feel me? I'm a proud father, I'm doing this, you feel me? I'm doing this, that, and the third. Like, you a success story. Like, I was just talking to one person. I'm like, damn. We was at this one job and shit. It was one dude. This nigga worked. I mean, like this nigga did like fucking 30-some years in prison or some shit like that. Like this. I'm like, damn. And he came out working. Kind of older dude. I didn't even realize how old he was, but he was just talking about, you know, how much time he did, and, you know, he was working and shit like that. But he been there for like a period of, maybe I kind of exaggerate the years. Probably was like 20, 25 or some shit. Like 20, 21 or 25 or some shit. And basically, ever since he got out, you feel me? He ain't been in the streets, none of that, ain't violate, none of that. You know, he been working, you feel me? But at his job, he been excelling. Because he took what he learned from outside, learning how to organize people out, learning how to deal with, you feel me, problems that, you feel me, that's unexpected, you feel me, but learning how to keep his composure and shit like that, you feel me, and just learning how to lead too also, and then learn how to be respectful, you know, but what people call it professionalism, you feel me, but a lot of stuff he said he learned while maturing on the inside, you feel me, learning how to be respectful to other people, because you got to live around them, you feel me, and some of these people, they got more to lose. Some people, you know, and vice versa, you know, and you might got less to lose, and you might be like, shit, nigga, you feel me? But like, you gotta, but you gotta learn how to tone it back. Cause like, one day I'm trying to get one day I'm trying to get up out of here. So let me chill. It's the same thing kind of in the work environment, but it was just like his success story to me was because he elevated, you feel me? And when you talk to him, you can see like the wisdom, how wise he is, because he was just like saying, comparing the money he make, he like, man, only thing I do is work, but I ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like, only thing I do is work and I get paid for my time to be here. Yeah, they might work me like a motherfucker, but I'm getting a bag and I can do whatever I want to do. You know, when I first got out, I ain't had nothing with nobody there for me and things of that nature. You feel me? I had to go live with people and bounce around from houses and stuff like that until he finally was able to get on his feet from working. And then ever since that, he just been elevated. Now he drive a BMW. He basically got everything he ever wanted. That was the reason why he jumped out in the streets anyway. You feel me? Was for stability, was to be, you know, the stability, comfort, and desire. You feel me? Now he's able to do those type of things, but he found a new hustle, and this hustle was legit. Something that he can always focus himself on. So if you think about it, niggas rap about it in songs. They be trapping for 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day. Now imagine if you was working a regular job doing that too. You feel me? Them type of hours. So if you was doing that in the streets and you was risking death and, you feel me, doing 20 years in prison, which you stood up and did, you feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, to him, it was like working a job, working a 9 to 5 was nothing. For real, it was nothing. And that's why I was like, damn, you kind of like a success story for real, because it's a lot of dudes that's trying to, not kind of, you are, because it's a lot of dudes that come out, man, they trying to make that transition, or they might just be trying to just get out the streets in general, they're trying to make that transition, but they like, how do I flip that mindset, you feel me, when I can go outside, I can go make a G, 2 Gs, 3 Gs, even more a week, you feel me, but we're just saying just more on the lower end, let's be realistic. You feel me? How can I, you know, make a G to 3 Gs a week? if a nigga could really break that down to you at that job, like I was a dude at that job, he really broke it down to me. It was like, yeah, you feel me? I worked 6 to 7 days a week, and I'm putting in this many, probably, this many hours. I'm seeing a G a week. You feel me? Then you start thinking about how many weeks in a month it is. Probably 4 to 5. You feel me? That means like 5 G's in a month. You feel me? And that means in 2 months you can have your 10 G's. That means that you made from your job, like after taxes and shit like that. And you paid the man. The man ain't on your back. You paid the man. Too, you feel me? That's another thing, and you paid the man. So like it was like, damn, like why you bringing it down to him? I'm like, oh, this type of dude I need to have on a podcast, for real. Him sharing that game, you feel me, breaking it down, and you feel me, just weighing it up. Like you do the math for yourself. Everybody got one life to live, and everybody got their own life to live. But you feel me, for him, he broke it down to how it made sense. I was like, damn, that shit dope. That shit hard. You a success story. Because some people that's trying to get to where you at. Some people like, man, I ain't even want to fuck with this shit no more. I want to go get a job, but right now it's like that transition is hard because I like being outside. I like making money. I like getting the money. I like seeing my money. I like, you feel me? I like looking fresh. I like living a certain type of way. Like, how can I live like that and still work the same 9 to 5? You feel me? It takes a certain level of discipline, but somebody that's been there, you feel me, and come from where you from, that didn't earn this, you feel me, that didn't pay this dues to society, long story short, and can really tell you, like, man, you can still live that same type of lifestyle, if not more comfortably, just due to the fact that you work a 9 to 5, you feel me, and you're not putting yourself in too many pressure situations. You already in pressure situations because you come from the hood, you feel me, and you feel me, that's just what it is. So on top of that, it's like, now you kind of eliminating situations, you feel me? Because you removing yourself. You spending half your day working. You feel me? You spend half your day at a trap, ain't no telling that bitch can get busted. Motherfuckers try to, you feel me, try to rob the motherfucker. And they trying to lay everything down and try to rob it. You feel me? They raid the motherfucker. Ain't no telling what can happen either way, too, on the raids. So it's like, shit. Like, you removing yourself from that whole thing. All you gotta do is now you gotta deal with a motherfucker at your job. You gotta deal with annoying ass, you feel me, co-workers and shit like that. Now a motherfucker tell you how to deal with that shit. Like, man, that's how I tune them motherfuckers out. You feel me? Because you gonna come across them co-workers, either they trying to abuse their authority, they messy, or they them gossiping. Oh, I was just talking to such and such at the bathroom. Ooh, this, that, and the third. I'm like, ooh, you should never tell me that. You feel me? Like, you got motherfuckers like that at the job. You feel me? So just learning how to maneuver and still keep your sanity and keep your peace and make your motherfucking money and enjoy your life. You feel me? But that's why I want to say just as far as podcasting, because he was just saying, like, man, you feel me? That's podcasting for me is like kind of like my escape too. You feel me? Like, that's my chance to talk. You feel me? And really, really express and communicate and connect with people on a different type of level. People that's more intrigued about, that want to hear about what I got to say, versus, they just listening just because. Like, yeah, bro, pass that blunt, bro. like, like in the back of their head, they think like, man, pass that blunt, man, or something, woo. Nah, like they really like, yeah, bro, like, nah, I want to hear that, bro. Like, explain more. I don't get it. You can kind of go more in depth. You kind of explain yourself, So I appreciate all our listeners. I appreciate everybody that's subscribed. I appreciate everybody that's part of Ends, the family. And if you're interested in joining, man, this is one of the best support, man. Everything like that you could think of just for you and what you're just trying to do in life, man. No matter if you're trying to find insight and entertainment, like I said, all access to content, no matter if it's podcasts, photo galleries, videos, and, some of our adult content and stuff like that, events, you get access to free events and all type of stuff, man. It's free clothes, marketing, be a guest host on a podcast. I can keep going on and on, man. But that was some of the perks where it come down to joining Ends the family. A link will be in the description if you want to learn more about it, or if you want to sign up, or if you just want to just be a free subscriber, just to subscribe us on any platform that you hear or see this on. If you're on YouTube, like us, subscribe. Man, if you on Spotify, like and subscribe. You on Apple, like and subscribe. Amazon Music, like us, subscribe. Shout out to iHeartRadio too. You know, we on all platforms right now. And, you know, just keep tapping in with us. And then also too, like, we want to hear back from y'all. Y'all kind of help give us insight on, you know, topics and discussions that y'all want, that like we get a chance, not that we get a chance, but that we get a chance to talk about together. In the sense, because I know a lot of y'all can't be here, but that's what I'm saying. Some of our subscribers, we all get a chance to hop on, you feel me? And we had that type of connection, you know, where we can actually really have a one-on-one conversation that everybody can kind of hear and get perspective and, you know, chime in on. Man, so it's your boy Ends Bass. Y'all tune in to Ends Podcast on Ends Media platforms, distributed on all platforms. You know, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We out. Peace.